Thank you for tuning in to this week's 3, 2, 1. That's 3 comments on the weekly Parsha in 2 minutes, leading to 1 insight. This week we get a long list of rules of creating judges and rulers and what the interrelation is in between each, and how we approach getting justice is the overall theme. And one particular feature really jumps out at me as not one I would have imagined, that if you're going to have a king, the Jewish king has to be one who writes his own Sefer Torah and keeps it with him always. The second of this comes not from our Parsha, but from our time period. We've just begun the month of Elul, the time of asking for forgiveness. And in the beginning of his laws of forgiveness, Maimonides teaches that the best way to gain tshuva, to attain repentance, is to confess publicly and out loud. And the third comment that I'm drawn to comes from a comment of the Kli Yakar. The Parsha says, appoint yourself judges. And the Kli Yakar points out the yourself piece and says that should you want to sit in judgment over others, the first thing you need to do is judge yourself, is to look inwards. And here we get an interesting map. These 3 things together start to take shape of what it means to try and be our best self, our godly self. The Parsha is teaching us that real justice is divine justice, is the kind of godly justice that accounts for all layers and all people, and reminds us that we're actually interconnected, that being a good person but not helping others be a good person is not enough. That trying to right your own wrongs without supporting others is not enough. That's what we get. If you're going to be the king, you have to write your own Sefer Torah and hold it close. It's not enough to think about your power and your might. You have to think about the responsibility and where you come from. You have to take what was the tradition and still make it your own. If you want to do better, it's not enough to look inwards and say, I'm going to do better. You have to admit out loud to others what you've done wrong and how are you going to do better so you can be held accountable by those you love. And if you want, and we need to, sit in judgment. The Parsha says it's our job to sit in judgment of each other, but you may only do it after you've looked inwards. This beginning of the month of Elul, I challenge each of us to stare firmly in the mirror and imagine a better version of ourselves, to take our loved ones close, admit our faults, and ask for help being better, and the chance that we might all be kings if we can take all of this, take the responsibility of what was, make it our own, and step into tomorrow. As we approach these high holy days, I wish us the chance to attain that repentance, to have a better tomorrow, and to remember just how connected we all are. Shabbat Shalom.